Hello everybody, welcome to episode 6 of my Final Fantasy XIII Let's Play. I somehow caught this great angle of lightning with the camera. It looks amazing. I want to use it forever. But I can't, so let's keep playing. Okay, maybe just another couple seconds to admire this angle, because holy crap, this is good. Alright, moving on. Also, a little bit of an Easter egg. If you confuse the characters, they'll get pissed off at you. Eventually, they will stop jumping around in little short bursts, and at least for Lightning, it's a dismissive wave of her hand. And, like, really? Did that just happen? Oh, we've got this. I'll try to keep the tutorial on the screen. There will be an annotation to skip this tutorial, but it might skip the entire battle. I should probably use this battle to describe the roles as well. The roles involved in this game. First one is Commando. They are very strong attackers, but does not build the chain gauge very well. You want to use them to hold the chain gauge in place, which is what happens. Except for Stagger. Stagger falls at a constant rate, as far as I know. But Commandos are your strong hitters, and they will hold the chain gauge in place while you're building it. Ravagers are your chain builders. They can make it jump up. They can make the chain gauge jump up in massive amounts. If the chain resistance is low, which is another thing you might see on the enemy intel screens if you look at those at the end of each episode. Your next role is Sentinel, which is a very defensive role. It draws all the fire away from your allies and towards the Sentinel, provoking them into attacking only the Sentinel, and that's basically it. Their defenses also increase so they can take many hits while your other characters chip away at their health. Synergist applies buffs to your party that are given by Fortisol and Aegisol, and help you strategically. And the last one is Medic, which obviously heals your party and cures status ailments, which we'll experience later. There is a 6th role we have not encountered yet, and I will save that role. I will save that explaining role. I'll explain that role when the time comes.
They must be hunting down Purge survivors.
I hope everyone made it out okay.
So do I. But nowhere is safe for them now. Damn it! Just cause they shared a neighborhood with a foul sea. They get treated like Pulse-tainted rats.
People really hate Pulse, don't they?
Not hate. More like fear. Tens of millions of people, all scared of Pulse boogeymen. They'd be shaking in their beds every night if they knew that Lassie like us were around.
But they purged that entire town.
It's crazy, I know. But the Sanctum Foul Sea did nothing to stop it. Up until now, Eden's always stepped in to correct their errors in judgment. Guess humans aren't worth the effort. Figure they'll let us just kill each other off.
Lassie are not human.
Listen, you, that's enough! We're still alive. That's something.
What?
Where is it?
I don't know.
There!
They're sealing off the area. They're trying to trap the stragglers. We gotta get moving before we're caught in the net.
Data log section, you know what to do. Lightning and the others leave Snow behind with the crystallized Sarah. As they continue their fight across the glassy expanse of Lake Bresha, the four companions spy a large contingent of Sanctum soldiers. In order to hunt down and exterminate the Purge fugitives, the government is mobilizing an inordinate number of troops. The excessive reaction is further proof of Cocoon's fear and hatred of Pulse. Even those who have barely come into contact with lower world elements cannot be permitted to exist. This all-consuming fear of some imagined corruption is the origin of the Purge. The entire population of a town was subjected to the Purge simply for living near the undiscovered Pulse Fal'Cie. It was Cocoon's citizens, in their terror, who allowed such extreme policy to become a reality. The government simply acted in response to the will of the people, and Eden, the Fal'Cie who guides the Sanctum, gave its tacit consent through silence. Now, after untold bloodshed, a military net is closing in around fleeing Lassie, driven by the clamoring of a panicked and angry populace. The namesake of Cocoon's capital, this Fal'Cie directs the others of its kind who support the world's day-to-day existence. While Cocoon's other Fal'Cie do not communicate with humans, Eden does. Presiding over the Sanctum's otherwise human administration, the Fal'Cie is known to issue orders to the Primarch and step in to correct political gaffes on occasion. As the sole operational nexus linking untold numbers of Fal'Cie, it is not unthinkable that the loss of Eden could spell the end of Cocoon itself. Now, a strategy you'll see me use a lot in this game is 2 cycles with Relentless Assault, which is a Commando and 2 Ravagers. Then I'll switch to Try Disaster, which is 3 Ravagers, and because the Commando did 2 cycles and held the chain gauge in place, the now Ravager from Commando can send the chain gauge even higher while not losing the progress. It builds the chain gauge faster and kills enemies. Then I'll switch to a paradigm-like aggression with 2 Commandos and 1 Ravager, or back to Relentless Assault.
Just stay out of my way. Just stay out of my way.
Now, occasionally the end of battle scene will focus on the person who dealt the killing blow. I think it happens around 75 to 85% of the time. Sometimes they'll just focus on the party as a whole. But if you ever see the camera focus in on one person at the end of the battle, it's because that person dealt the killing blow. Yes, as and draw attention to ourselves? Hell no. Since these guys take 2 cycles to kill in Relentless Assault anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stay in this paradigm for the entire battle. Unless someone gets really close to dying. Actually, then I just use a potion, so we're good. Imagine making this climb.
Really have to go this way?
I think there's a bright and shiny in this direction.
I may be able to see, but I ain't getting any younger.
Sazh complaining is actually very common.
How high is this thing? I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Go back. There was a bright and shiny there too.
Here's Captain.
Our first Vela cycle. Just enough to hold its chain gauge, nothing more. And now it's constantly being interrupted. So now it just resorts to its equivalent of attack. And this should be the last cycle to kill it. All right. The Vela cycle is indeed worth a lot, but I'm not sure I'd want to pay that much Christogen or spend that much time in each battle with one to get the Christogen from it.
Whoa! This whole place is crystal.
wonder what it'd be like to become a crystal, I mean.
You gonna complete your focus?
Maybe. If I knew what it was. Yeah, I probably don't want to know.
Hey, Lightning. Did Sarah say anything to you about her focus?
Nothing.
You know what? She probably didn't want to worry you.
Or she just didn't think she could trust me.
Oh.
By the way, I say again, very pretty game, even though most of it's blue, and the blue is a little in the way of itself, for lack of a better word. This game is pretty to look at, and I really do enjoy looking at the art styles. Gates of Antiquity. Huh. I think we're nearing the end of the chapter here. Which, again, surprises the hell out of me. $600 gil, that's amazing. We can go this way. I will go this way. Ooh, bright and shiny. Two digital circuits. Another component item we'll learn about upgrading later. And I accidentally alerted myself at the very last second. Or accidentally alerted them to my presence at the very last second, rather. Crud, I might be in diversity for this whole battle. Have any other abilities or techniques right now? No, just Libra. There we go. All right. I figured there'd be a bright and shiny back here. It's very out of the way. get the chain gauge held steady while we heal up.
Just
Then
stay out of my way.
go for broke. Back into diversity. Cycle and try disaster, just to knock the chain gauge up even further. Back into relentless assault to try to kill this thing before the chain gauge runs out. This is looking like a definite possibility. Alright, and there was that. Let's run around the circle here. Will it be unbroken? We have no idea. Same battle, this will be skipped. Alright, bright and shiny over this way. Bright and shiny over here as well.
It looks like we can get through here.
We've seen 2 Pantherons, this will also be skipped. Straight after the Executioner. One more cycle, I can do it. Okay, no I can't, no I can't, no I can't. There we go. Back into Try Disaster. Just to build his chain gauge enough that I can take him out no problem. Noticed we haven't done anything in... And please notice that we haven't done anything in the Crystarium yet. Because upgrading the Crystarium for all active characters takes a while, so I try not to let that be the focus of any attention until I need it. We lose our healer, we are really fucked. Another bright and shiny over here. This is going to be a lot of enemies to face at once, but I'm pretty sure we can take care of it just fine. Just gotta get our priorities straight. Rangers first. The screen will continue blinking red if you have a KO'd character. But I'm pretty sure Vanille and I can make short work of them ourselves. Kill him quickly so he doesn't become a problem later. The nice thing about this game is that health does not carry over between battles like it has in previous games in the series. So your party starts every battle with full health, which is nice. Even KO'd characters come back. Alright, that's the half-hour mark, at least on my timer here. So as soon as I hit a save point, we are ending the episode, which should be fairly soon, actually. 3 Pantherons, we have seen this. This battle will be skipped. I think there's a bright and shiny up this way. Tractor Ranger combo. I was going to say we were going to skip this battle, but evidently not. Should have taken care of that Ranger first. Because they're killed quickly, they can be heavy hitters. Oh, no, 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 no! Now I have to go back and get it. I jumped off the ledge before I got the bright and shiny, so yeah. This battle might be a little on the difficult side if I don't whittle down people quick. Oh, that was close. I think I'm going to use a potion on everybody. We're not going to get caught up before the battle's over. Two cycles of Relentless. Switch to Try Disaster because there's 3 Ravagers and that hella builds the chain gauge. Two cycles and Try Disaster after staggering, so it makes the health easier to bring down. Then back to Relentless Assault to continue building the chain gauge while it depletes and dealing damage to the target. Yeah, sometimes the camera just zooms in on the entire party at the end of the battle. No idea why it does that.
Hey, don't you think we ought to be heading this way?
Yeah, I gotta go back and get the bright and shiny Sazh, but thank you for noticing. Ferroelectric film. All of these are upgrade components for our weapons, so... Alright, there's a save point right here. Good thing, too, because this...
We outran 'em. We'll be okay now.
2 Libra scopes over here, and over there is a bright and shiny 2. With Phoenix down. Now, there's something I need to say about the difference between Libra and Libra scopes. Libra scopes instantly reveal 100% of the attributes of an enemy. Libra, it takes 2 or 3 uses of Libra to fully reveal the attributes of the enemy. So for major boss battles that you think you might have trouble with, a Libra scope is the way to go. They're also hella expensive in the stores, so careful. Check the data log. Nothing we don't already have, so enemy intel. By the way, end of gameplay. Alright, in the next episode we'll head up the stairs here and out of Lake Bresha. We'll see you then.